Good afternoon. It's October 13th, 2023. It's 12:06, so there's about 50 minutes until market close. I had to get this done early today. Um, but and there's a big sell-off happening right now. Um, but here's what happened today. So, yesterday we had this V bottom, people call it. So, I was convinced that we were going to try and test that. And I'm sure plenty of other people were too. There's a gap, a body gap right there. When we broke out here above this high, that creates a body gap. We failed to close that yesterday, so in the sell-off, or this morning, we failed to close that. So in the sell-off in the overnight, we get a 50% correction. I'm convinced that we're going there. However, look at the massive breakout from yesterday. Let's just quickly draw that. That creates a body gap right here. I had to take a phone call. I'm not too sure where we were at. Oh, we were talking about this gap. Yeah, so this created a body gap. And so that's why, the market just decided to close that gap first. And so this rally was super strong. Super strong. And yeah, look at that thing go. So we get this channel. You get a pullback. Unfortunately, not a great setup, so you'd have to be a little aggressive. But it looks like a breakout pullback or a breakout failed break lower off the trend channel, off that opening price. So you might consider that one. And then we get a higher low, and then we get a reversal or a failure pattern. Both very bullish bars, so you might consider either of those. Then we get a break and we go sideways. We get like a double top and strong leg down to test the overnight highs, or this high I should say, not the overnight. And now I'm looking at the opening price. That opening price might have been where the body gap was. So let's see the bodies. 94.25. And so yeah, about 3 tick difference. But anyway, you do get this strong leg down, it bounces, and you get a second entry short. The reason I marked this is because it also looks like a failure. Technically it's not because we tick higher here, but it looks like a failure, and the signal bar is not great, so you need that combination, second entry short, failed second entry long. And I think that creates a channel. We bounce off the midline once, twice. First entry, second entry. Not a good signal bar again, but maybe you take it. This is a new high. First entry, failed second entry long. So you'd go on that engulfing bar right there, and that's congested. So it's aggressive. But, your target could be all the way down here, and that would have gotten hit eventually. Then we just go sideways, and I don't really like any of this because it just looks like it's flip-flopping. Lower high here, it's 4 ticks. Maybe you go short there. I have a feeling a lot of people did that. And we just get this super strong sell-off into a spike. So it's a spike in channel. Took me a while to find this channel, but once you do, it makes sense. So anyway, we get this move down, move up, form this like triple test up here. So maybe you take that one, this bearish bar, sells off, hits the lows again, rallies up to resistance, and then we get a sell off again. And you get an overshoot, and you get these higher lows. And so where did we close this body gap? So we've just closed that body gap, and you get an overshoot of the spike in channel. So maybe if you're feeling yourself, feeling your read, maybe you take these higher lows, and that would have paid off because you'd probably hold it until the highs of the channel, and it rockets beyond that, and then we of course get some more selling. And so I think we spent the most of the rest of the day in this channel, which is basically we formed a midline from the high to here, came down, bounced right there. So we did have this channel. Let me lighten this. We did form this channel. This is a second entry, but look how sideways that is in this big bull bar. So probably better to wait for a double test. Of course, we get that, but we don't get a good signal bar. It sells off, goes sideways, sells off, goes sideways. So here, it looks like we come just short of the double test right there, but then we get it here, and again, you don't get a good signal bar. But it's off of the trend channel. You get a very bearish signal bar or bearish bar right here. So maybe if you want to be aggressive, maybe you take that. And then we get a double bottom, just like yesterday. Yesterday we got that double bottom, and it just rocketed out. And you get this higher low here, so maybe you take that, ride it to the midline, and that's where we started going sideways. And I don't see anything I like in here till right about here, and you get a higher low, and there's probably like 4 ticks back to the EMA, so it's a little risky, but this is a clear range. So maybe you take that chance. And I don't like any of this in here. So we got 36 minutes until market close. We'll take a look at the daily chart now. And so yeah, we just found resistance yesterday. I have this downtrend drawn now. So we'll see if that influences prices. But I think we're just caught in between this level of resistance here and this level of support. So hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back Monday.